Welcome back, guys. I managed to fix my Visual Studio. This is part 5, I think, part 5 of my project. So now we're going to add cars, right? So remember, we didn't add the movement between the two forms of cars and the menu. So here I'm just going to change the name from the customers to navigate to cars. The rest will remain the same. There we go. Okay, so from here now, one thing that I want to show you now is how to connect to the database, right? So remember, we're on Toolbox, where we're utilizing most of the tools here. I also have Server Explorer here. If you can't find it, go look for it under, I think it's under, I'm not sure. Let me check for you. Windows. With this new Visual Studio, things are tough. I think look for it under Views, look for Server Explorer. Here it is. Right, then it will appear. From there, come and say connect to a new database and go copy the name of the server. So the name of the server is actually the one that appears when you connect in. So the server name, I'm gonna copy it, come back this side, paste it as the name of the server, and I'm gonna look for my database name here, which is car rental, and I'm gonna test connection. You see it succeeded. Then I'll press OK. I'll then have this connection created for me. One thing interesting is this connection string here. So I want you to copy the connection string, all of it. Then you can go to what happens when we're adding cars, right? So when we add cars, let's start by adding a car because it's easier that one. So when we press the button save, it will basically take us here. So what I want to do now is to actually just say SQL connection. SQL connection, and I'll call it con, so it's equals to new SQL connection. Right, now it's crying to say we don't actually have a connection, so I'm gonna go to the bubble and say please okay, it's saying something else. Okay, using system, yes. So what this statement does, it goes to the top and adds using system.data.sql client. Then here we are. Okay, there we go. It looks like this. So using SQL connection, now it looks like this. And in between here, that's where we'll put our connection, right? So I might as well just say I'm declaring a string variable, and I'll call it con string. Right, now this one will actually be what I copied that side, right? As it is, you can see I've got a single one. I'm just gonna edit by putting double of them there. This is much better. Now in between here, I will actually call that variable. And remember, I could have used exactly this string here, but I want to show you that this string is actually the previous one. Then from there, we need to actually open the connection. Try. Right, and we're gonna catch the exception. So we're gonna hit catch exception. I'm gonna call it EX, and we're gonna deal with a message box that show this is if it can't connect. Failed to connect to DB. So inside here we'll say con.open con.close. from here, we now have to start speaking about what must be done if we're trying to connect. We'll have a string that is actually inserting data into our database. So we'll now go and say, okay, we actually have what we call SQL command, and which will be the command, which is equals to a new command, and this command will look like this: insert into the name of the table. For cars, it's cars, right? So we need to navigate and see exactly this table. Insert into cars. Right, and then I'm just gonna go immediate and say values, and most of those values will be coming in as a string. So if you check on the database itself, the year is the only one coming in as an integer. The rest, so this will be accepted as a string, and also here an integer. So we're starting with a year, car model, right? Then we've got actually so it looks like this. At the end, it must work based on con, right? So here we're going to say, please include values coming from is it the make of the car, just the first one, the model. So say model text box is that text box we talked about. Okay, and then on the second one we're dealing with the make. So on the second one we're now saying you're dealing with, please include the text box from the make text box dot text. Then here is the other one. It's an integer, in fact, here. So this is a car here. I'm just gonna change it to allow. I just want to make sure that it doesn't give me problems later on. Making it easier for you guys. So don't forget, we're now saying include values coming from the year, and I think the last one is the color. Don't forget to say dot text, dot text. So after doing that, you're gonna do another try now to say, okay, try. You're gonna try to say com.execute non-query, and if it works, you're gonna display message box to say user has been saved, car saved, in fact. So from there, we're going to do a catch. An exception. Can use the same variable name here, and the message is also different. So failed to save the car. Okay, think that is it from the saving of the car. Let's go test it out. Okay, so if you say add customer, it does take you here. Add cars, it will bring you here. So let's go to add cars and we say the model is M3, the make it's BMW, and the year it's 2020. Color is white. You can say press save, and as you can see, it's telling us that the car has been saved to the database. Let's go see if indeed this car has been saved. So under cars, select top 1000. There we go. We have that car we just added now into our database.